Hello family, welcome to another beautiful edition of Annie Otto's vlog. Happy Sunday everyone. So guys, I'm doing a reaction video today about our young, beautiful, elegant, gorgeous actress that had a wedding yesterday. No other person but Miss or presently Mrs. Ekene Umenwa. So she had this beautiful wedding yesterday, being November 4th, 2023, and there have been a lot of backslash talking. So Ekene's wedding was super beautiful. The atmosphere from the church to the reception, everything was top notch. The shabis, the makeup, it was very, very lovely. I liked everything. But again, the internet has been buzzing, and this is the reason why the internet is buzzing. Let's zoom in and break it down. Again, I love Ekene and I love the role she's playing in the life of young ladies of today in the movie industry as well. So let's go there and discuss about the wedding, an over-talked topic on the internet, on social media today. Everything going on online because of what happened during her reception when the gospel artist Ellis Moses Bliss came out to give her a rendition. So according to the MC of the occasion, he said that Ekene wanted Moses to come, but there was no chance of him coming because of so many engagements in Abuja. So before you know it, hand touched hand, touched hand. So Moses Bliss was there, and it was a huge surprise to Ekene because according to them, they said Ekene said she wanted a praise and worship section during her wedding to honor God for what God has done for her. So when Moses Bliss came out, she was so shocked and overwhelmed and carried away that she lost control, literally lost it. So she was jumping all over the place, hitting the MC for hiding this moment from her. And at the same time, so when the gospel artist came out, guess what Ekene did? Ekene went on her two knees and hugged this gospel artist so tightly, and she was just so overwhelming. So that's when people started talking. Why kneeling down in front of another man during your wedding and hugging him like that, and also ignoring the husband who was standing by the corner and just watching everything unfold? So Miss Ekene or Mrs. Ekene Umenwa was so overwhelmed and she was tearing down, she was crying. At some point, all of them went into speaking in tongues. Ekene and the gospel artist Moses Bliss, they were all speaking in tongues. But guess what? The husband was so lost. The husband is a producer in the Nollywood industry as well. So this young man was so lost in the whole thing. So Ekene was taken to heaven above. The angels were coming down. Holy Spirit everywhere. But the poor man, the husband, was just on the side watching. Even when the husband tried to get her up, she got up and she was there all over the place, leaving the husband and going back and front and everything. So guys, the husband was lost. And when Ekene got up from kneeling down, she still hugged Moses Bliss so tightly and everything. But this is where people should learn their lesson from us, the OGs in marriage. I've been in this business for good 28 years. So I'm not a baby in this. So when we tell you youngies, all the Gen Z something, you need to listen, okay? Because there are patterns and rules to marriage that are traditional. Not all these things that people do everywhere. There are things that are invented as new techniques or new tips in marriages today. But still, there are certain rules to marriage that should not be ignored. First of all, as a woman or as a wife, do not ignore your husband and pay more attention to another man when your husband is there present. No matter how carried away you are, no matter how much in love you are with the other man, no matter who you think the other man is, whether daddy in the Lord, whether gospel artist in the Lord, whether brother in the Lord, whether whoever, Do not pay more attention to another man in the presence of your husband. That's a no, no, no. Sometimes most men might ignore you, but guess what? When issue comes up in marriage, he might bring it up because men are jealous. They are protective. They want it all for themselves. They don't want to share. So once you start paying that kind of attention, something is clicking. It might not happen right away, but when these guys start reading all this internet, social media thing going on, he is going to have a second thought about the incident that happened, and he is going to rewatch this video. So we need to be careful. Young girls, be careful how you pay attention to another man. It might not be nothing sexual, nothing intimate, but again, it means a lot when you ignore your husband and start worshiping another man and start owning another man and start kneeling before another man and start praising another man in the presence of your husband. It's a no. The other way you can handle such situation is to control yourself but still be overwhelmed. If you want to do anything, do it briefly. Do not get engulfed or carried away by presence of whosoever. Please, youngies, don't do that. That's a no. Your husband is number one in everything you do, okay? So once you are married, your husband becomes number one, the one and only person you can worship, you can kneel before, you can do all that. Again, you can kneel before any other significant order as at will, but again, be careful how you do it. Do not do it as if your husband don't exist, okay? That's where the problem comes on the internet reaction. You need to be careful. This is a young relationship, so whatever you do, people say, oh, she's an actress, she can do this, she can. No. She was not acting, she was real. If you watch this video closely, everything she did in that video was real. She wasn't acting. So we need to be careful. Again, do not acknowledge another man more than you acknowledge your husband, especially in the presence of your husband. That's a no. Even when you are serving anything, do not put in another man's plate or cup or whatsoever more than you put in your husband's, okay? We need to be careful. Your husband is number one, okay? Your husband should be the one you give the ultimate, most attention to. Every other person is secondary. I'm not saying do not honor or pay attention or respect another guy, but another guy is secondary. Another person you can do that to is your father. Your father. But another man who is not related to you by blood, that's a no. He is no as in no, to be a priority over your husband. Learn this and learn it well. Young girls, it's very important. Self-control is very important in whatsoever you do. No matter how much in love you are with anybody, self-control is very important. Even if when you try to lose it, catch yourself right away and bring your senses back to reality, okay? Again, make sure you carry your husband along. When you were kneeling down, the husband should have been kneeling with them. When they were hugging, standing up, the husband should have been hugging with them. When they were speaking in tongues, even if the husband don't know how to speak in tongues, raise your hand and surrender to God, okay? So that's the one or two things that I need in this situation. But otherwise, I don't see anything generally bad in it because she is learning. This is her first step into marital relationship as a married woman. She will learn, and she have already learned in this simple process. I believe other youngies will as well learn. So that's all I got to say in this reaction video. So thank you so much for watching another beautiful edition of Annie Otto's vlog. I love you guys and will always do. Like, share, and comment on my videos. I love you guys. Mwah. Bye.